Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will create a simple wxWidgets application which displays a basic window. I have opened the project we created in the previous video. Before we begin, let's get rid of the file containing the test program. Next, we need to create a class to represent our window. In wxWidgets terminology, a window is called a frame, so I will call my class MainFrame. MainFrame will inherit from a class called wxFrame. The declaration of wxFrame is in the header wx/frame.h. In general, you can include any headers you need on a file-by-file basis, but it's often more convenient to just include wx/wx.h. This header includes most of the commonly used headers, and frame.h is one of them. Now we can make MainFrame inherit from wxFrame. Let's declare a constructor for this class. It will take the window title as parameter. The title has type wxString and we pass it by const reference. wxString is the string implementation used by wxWidgets, but you don't have to use it directly. Whenever a wxString is needed, you can always pass in a const char array or a standard library string instead. Okay, we are done here, so let's go to the implementation file. Here we have to include mainframe.h and we will also include wx.h. Next, let's define the constructor. It should call the constructor of the base class. As you can see, it takes a bunch of parameters. The first one is the parent of the frame, but since this is our top level window, it doesn't have any, so we just pass in a null pointer. Next, we have to give it an integer ID. For now, we don't care what the ID is, so we can just give it an arbitrary one using wxIdAny. The next parameter is the window title, which should be the title string. As you can see, we can also specify a position and a size, which will determine where the window appears and how large it will be initially. The position, size, and the two remaining parameters are optional, so let's just leave the default values here. The body of the constructor will be empty for now. We will cover much more about parent-child relationships, IDs, and the basics of wxWidgets in the upcoming videos, so it will all make more sense soon. Alright, now we have a MainFrame class, but we need an entry point where we can display it. Usually in a C++ program, the entry point is the int main function, but not always. In a Windows GUI application, for example, the entry point is a special winMain function. wxWidgets hides these platform differences from us, so we have to do something completely different. We must create a class which represents the application itself. I call mine app. This class must inherit from wxApp. And then we have to override a method called onInit, which returns a boolean. Let's go to the implementation file and include app.h, mainframe.h, and wx.h. Now we have to define the onInit method, which will effectively be the entry point of our application. Here we create an instance of our mainframe. I have set the title to C++ GUI. By default, the frame will be hidden, so we have to call its show method. And then we return true. This tells wxWidgets that processing should continue. If we returned false, our application would close immediately. Finally, we have to let wxWidgets know which class represents our application. We do that by calling the wx-implement-app macro with our app class as parameter. wxWidgets will now generate the appropriate main function for the platform, create an instance of app, and call our onInit method. Now we can start the application. We have a window, and the title is C++ GUI, just like we specified. But I want the window to be bigger and appear in the center of the screen. I will set the size to 800 by 600 using the frame's setClientSize method. And center the window on the screen. Using setClientSize, we change the size of the client area to 800 by 600. The client area is this part of the window, so the window itself is actually slightly larger, and that's because there's a small border around the window and because of the title bar, of course. If we had passed 800 by 600 to the wxFrame constructor, it would have made the entire window, including the border and the title bar, 800 by 600 pixels. Our window can of course also be moved around and resized. That's it. We have created a simple application and learned a bit about the basics of wxWidgets. See you in the next video.